You die to the trap, only to become a part of it. More... bit, but clever. If you must open that, just do it away from me.
If I were setting traps, I'd leave myself a safe route.
We could make short work of those bugs with a little cleverness and force.
God. Were you breathing? Was I breathing? This looks clear. Here's hoping they finally ran out of supplies.
I finished the last of the traps, love. How are the armaments?
Nearly finished, Malakuma. 4 dead adherents. I'd say we're doing well. We may still lose this place, but we'll be hard-pressed to take it from us without losing another dozen.
That's all we can ask for. If we hold them off long enough for Temerity to see Adir's true intent, maybe Thirdborn will rally. And if they don't, we'll still make Adir bleed for it. Look alive, Ayako. The wind's blown us more Adiran company.
Stop! Take one more step and mark my words, I'll cut you down.
Katoa and Hayako. Careful, Envoy. They were some of the Ranganui's best.
Kai? Gods, what are you doing up here? And with an Adiran, what's going on? Ha! I trust an Adiran's word as far as I can throw it. Even if you mean well, your friends will be marching on us soon. We've been watching your outpost. We know you want this tower to control passage to Fjord. Adir showed their hand the day they tried to raise Fjord. It's every town for itself now.
You two are chumming the waters you're swimming in. You'll bring trouble to everyone in Thirdborn.
Katoa, enough. Let's kill him and be done with it. That should send a message all the way to Paradise. We fought in the Deadfire. We offered peace to the Wana, too.
We've seen how empires work from the inside. Draw their treaties with one hand and sharpen their blades with another. We've managed so far. Besides, things are no better in Paradise.
You'd see that if you bothered to stop licking Adir's boots.
We'll give you one last chance. Leave or die. We'll only warn you once. Parley with Adir? Not anymore.
Wherever your flags fly, bad luck follows. Nothing good comes from your people.
That doesn't change that they tried to raise the city in the first place. But still, I don't know, Hayako. This Adiran's practically on our side.
Kutabao.
Well?
I don't like any of this, but fine. One chance. Do I make myself clear?
We'll clear out of this tower, but one whiff of Adiran's stink, and we'll be back. And don't think this means we trust you.
I doubt it. But who knows? Maybe you'll prove us wrong someday. We'll remove the traps, for now. Call it a gesture of good faith. Ha! Impressive. Those took the two of us a long time to set up.
You're a strange one, Envoy. Maybe parting here is for the best. Good luck.
Step lightly. We can't be too careful.
Draw 10. Then rock. Then rock.
What's the left?
Then rock.
One for you! On your right!
A little help!
Isak Sabu. Then rock.
Not doing the job! Come and get me!
Blazing.
Coming from the left!
Coming from your right!
Hot! Too hot!
Hey! Over here!
Then rock.
I'll fix it!
Draw 10.
I could have taken them down.
That's Thomas' badge. You found it. It really was out here all this time. Right where we left it. Hard to know where to start. Reminds me of old times. Long marches under the desert sun. Scouting runs through sandstorms so thick we had to tie our tunics over our mouths. Oh, he was an incredible bastard. Led the defense of Thirdborn, which meant he also led most of our patrols. He'd wake us up before dawn with the most off-key singing you've ever heard and a pot of burnt merc brew. He kept us marching until we had sand in every orifice you can think of, and a few you didn't know you had. Just when it felt like we were going to collapse, he'd call it and we'd make camp. And somehow, we'd all find the energy for a few rounds of cards or songs or stories. He did. About what? He's gone. Talking won't bring him back. Okay, then. Here's the truth. I led a patrol. We were ambushed. Tama came to our rescue. And he suffered a fatal wound in the process. He was the color of an eel's belly. The stubborn bastard made it all the way back to Thirdborn. We got him a sickbed, but we knew he didn't have long. I wish I could believe that. You ever had to watch someone fade away? When it's slow and agonizing, no glory, no din of battle, no distractions. Then you know. It's like sitting still while someone drags rusty nails over your skin. Sitting there, I noticed that he was missing his badge. And all the time I'd known him, I'd never seen him take it off. To an old trencher like him, a badge means honor, fellowship. I just couldn't imagine him without it. I'm sorry, Envoy. I haven't talked about this in a while. I never thought I'd tell this story again. But there's something about the way you've led us, the clarity you've kept. Something about you that inspires confidence. Kind of like well, just having his badge in hand means more than you know. There's just one last thing I've got to do. There's a memorial site with some cairns on the cliffs east of Thirdbourne. One of those cairns is Thomas. It's time I said goodbye. Careful, or you'll give me second thoughts. I usually count on my friends to be worse influences, you know. Let's go.
Then roar!
No point in wasting bullets.
Why can't the way forward in science ever be easy? Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting to see anyone this far from Thirdbourne. Are you... Your face! You're a godlike. That makes perfect sense. I had a terrible time trying to find a guide in Thirdbourne who'd take me here. But meeting you makes it all worth it. Oh, you have. Oh, you'll make a very interesting footnote. I'm a mycologist, you see, and I'm working on a compendium of the different types of fungus in the living lands. Sure enough, what happens as soon as I show up? A fungus-based illness. There's a riot of data out here. See? You understand. That's why I had to document it.
Strictly speaking, the dream scourge is not a fungal infection, though at times it does resemble one. Trust me, it's far worse. Imagine a soul rotting from within, rampant with disease, alive yet putrid.
Oh, really? Huh. Well, that's disappointing. Actually, since you're here, I'm having some trouble with the sporlings. I've devoted my whole life to my fungal friends. But I'm finding that the ambulatory ones aren't quite as, friendly. In fact, they're quite murderous. I'd normally be against harming them, but please kill the sporlings before they kill me. Thank you. You will? Oh, you're a lifesaver. Maybe literally. Good luck. Oh, I've got to write these measurements down before I forget.
Power 10! Then raw!
Protect the envoy.
You're mine now!
Then raw! Seek!
Why can't the way forward in science ever be easy?
I don't leave Emerald Stair often enough. With everything going on, there's been no time to explore. Finally, I had a moment to myself, and look what happened. The Steel Garrote invaded the Living Lands. Sorry. I'm in a mood, if you couldn't tell. True, but I need to raise my spirits. Literally and metaphorically. I used to think I had it all figured out. But the Living Lands proved me wrong in so many ways. This entire island is the prison of a mad god. How is one Animancer supposed to compete with that? All we're missing is the juggling act. Maybe I'm being melodramatic, or maybe I'm not used to seeing things clearly. But what if animancy has no future in the Living Lands? What if my entire career was a mistake? If a breakthrough is coming, it'd better hurry. I can't wait forever. You're a good listener as always, but I've taken enough of your time. I'll be fine, really. I'm not the first Animancer to question her life choices, and I won't be the last. You too. Katoa and Hayako. An interesting pair. Despite their clumsy methods, they were just defending their community. I'm grateful that you showed restraint. They have a second chance, which is more than most get. I only bring it up because people are growing wary of your empire. With good reason. When they take their anger out on you, don't judge them too harshly. We all make mistakes. Anyway, just wanted to get that off my chest. Thanks for talking. When I joined you, I thought we'd be exploring the intersection of the physical and the spiritual, not bickering over sulfur. Yet here we are. Thanks to you, Thirdborn will have all the ammunition they need to defend themselves. In theory. At the end of the day, bullets are of limited use against the Dream Scourge. And it'll take more than gunpowder to wrest the living lands out of your empire's clutches. Still, maybe a little gunpowder is better than none at all. Anyway, what do I know? I'm an Animancer, not a strategist. Until next time. I hope the...
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about what happened in Emerald Stair. I know your Emperor sent you here to represent Adir. With the Steel Garrote trying to raise Fjord has gotta make things harder for you. You saved lives. Of course that counts. But that doesn't make it easy. The cruelty behind the Steel Garrote's plans. It's hard to reconcile that with the place you've called home. I just wanted to know how you're feeling about all this. Yeah, I told you about my time fighting under Rauatai's flag in the Deadfire. Seeing what we did there, what we allowed. I felt like the home I knew was changing, bit by bit, or maybe I was. Enough about me, though. I want to know about you. You'd think this island's big enough, wouldn't you? Anyway, I just want to check in with you. This may be your burden, but you don't have to carry it alone. What's on your mind? I'd never met Naoki. Asui arrived a few months before I left Thirdborn. I knew their squad mates better. Uriki was a ship's carpenter with the Rauatai Navy years ago. Came from a military family, but she never saw much combat herself. Manu was a deckhand on a pirate ship. Stopped in Thirdborn with his crew to resupply and never left. I don't think piracy suited him. Kiri, he was a sweet kid. Born shipboard to a mercenary captain who left him here and never came back. For the longest, I thought that was for the best. Me too. Most of all, I'm sorry I wasn't here to better prepare them.
This wasn't your fault. They just weren't ready.
Because there weren't enough seasoned soldiers to train them. The Thirdborn's in dire straits if they're sending people like this out to patrol. If you can believe it. I didn't think it was possible to talk them down, but you managed it. And you say more than their foolish hides. Those two fought for Rauatai in the Deadfire. They learned how to disrupt enemy movements and destroy supply lines. They'd have nipped and poked at your comrades at Eagle's Reach until Adir finally snapped back. At Thirdborn, most likely. all while the two of them remain secure and defended in their tower. Nor I, but this goes beyond defense. Thirdborn's under threat, but if loose cannons like them fire at everything that moves, they'll draw even more trouble to our walls.
They lash out like cornered animals, giving the Steel Garrote a reason to fight back. Not that they need a reason.
Still, better not to give them one. You really think any amount of chest thumping would turn away Ludwig and the Steel Garrote? Or the full force of the Adiran army if it came to that? The Living Lands is changing. We've got more ships coming to port every year. If it's not Adir, it'll be someone. I'll be here if you need me.
Kai, does the word Nemnok mean anything to you? Nemnok, the one who devours?
There were rumors of a cult in Deadfire that followed Nemnok. Some kind of tyrannical monster.
Interesting. One of my books refers to Nemnok as a god, the immortal eater of worlds.
Right. That sounds wonderful.
Another book refers to them as an imp, a tiny, foul-mouthed creature hurling insults.
Those sound like campfire stories. You can't believe everything you read.
It would be useful to have a god on our side, but perhaps not an imp god. That sounds like more trouble than it's worth.
This place was bad enough before the Dream Scourge. Now it's downright hazardous. I remember what it was like to be blindly optimistic. I envy you. This used to be a fertile land, with lakes, forests, all of that. Then everything suddenly changed several hundred years ago. Now it's blasted deserts and dried up seas. Anything that lives here is simply stubborn enough not to die.
That's the most apt description of Thirdborn I've ever heard.
Maybe you will, but what about poor Kai? Huh? What about him? Just keep your head and you'll be fine. Let me look out for the others. What do you need? Pleasant dreams.
What have you found?
They call themselves the Akita. They worship this strange child.
Woodika will be displeased to hear it.
Woodika is never pleased. That is all I have. The rest is none of my concern.
Still, you refuse to take sides. This affects you too, you know.
I admit my sympathy. A group of exiles. A forbidden faith. But the Queen's tenuous favor... Yes. Compelling indeed.
How could such a creature even come to be? Our ignorance may have consequences.
I agree. Though I will say this. The Queen may have her motives. Sometimes standing idly by is greater subterfuge than action.
I hope this does not force all our hands.
There. That's Adds a little culture to the camp, doesn't it?
Marius, what do you know about snake bites?
All there is to know. What bit you?
I don't know. It just slithered out of my bedroll.
Listen to me, this is very important. Was its head flat or round?
Hard to say. Kind of star-shaped?
Okay, after it bit you, did it hold on or let go?
It held on, and left a bruise in the shape of an eye.
You're in luck. That's an onlooker worm snake. Harmless, though legend says they're emissaries of WoW.
Wow. The god of mysteries and illusions sent me a snake?
Be glad it wasn't a shimmering dream beast. Those are nasty.
Well, the venom won't kill you, but you'll have some interesting nightmares.
Nightmares I can deal with, but I wonder what it all means. Oh well, perhaps I'm not meant to know. Thank you, Marius. I feel a lot better.
Don't mention it.